it's Jen Suzuki, and I'm in the industry. I meet some of the greatest leaders out there, dealer execs, dealers, GMs, and I'm bringing them in the studio to talk to me about what's making their business pop, what's accelerating their growth. I'm sharing my own personal strategies for your sales teams, so I'm ready to get after it. Are you? Welcome back, everybody. Okay, George, he's already ready to just drop the bombs on us. So I'm going to just give you a real quick, just brief on our guest today. So this is a dealer who I've been following on TikTok and also Instagram and everything else, but mostly TikTok. And I'm watching this guy attract buyers through TikTok. I see him get to 100K followers in less than a year. I think this is right. You can fact check me. And most importantly, I just like his style. He's found like his own style. I can't wait to see his next video. They come up on my feed and I watch him every single time. And I like to see how he's buying cars. He's very transparent in the way that he interacts with customers, but he's selling cars this way. Welcome, George.
Yeah, thanks. I'm excited to be on the show. I appreciate it. Thanks for the intro. So here's the quick intro on like where I am, how I got here. So anyway, so I started in the car business probably like 22 years old. I was buying cars back when the internet kind of first came out, like in 2016. Car buying online got like popular. So I was buying cars. I was working for an automotive warranty company, and my dad, I have a PhD in the business. Papa has a dealership, so grew up in the business. So basically, my dad was like, "Here's a computer. Go on this website, MB on Demand, and buy and start like buying some Mercedes."
You're probably doing eBay, Craigslist.
Yeah, I was like, "This is awesome." I was like, "This is great." So I started buying cars. And I liked it. It was like my thing. So long story short, I was very good at that. And got into the car business as a Mitsubishi dealer, and went to NADA where I met you, and turned the Mitsubishi franchise we had from bad to great, and founded the EV market kind of basically in 2021 in January. So I was known as like the EV guy, having Teslas, all that stuff. Like I have 8 Cybertrucks right now outside. You see my videos. I'm buying and selling Cybertrucks all the time. So I founded this crazy market, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. And my thing I always wanted to do was start an acquisition website. So I've always thought about buying one. And my dad was always like, "You want to get off your chair to go appraise a Toyota Corolla?" And I was like, "Not really." So when I found this, no offense or anything, but it just it's why do I want to go appraise a car with 100,000 miles and like all this stuff? It's located in 4 hours away. It's difficult. A lot of people do it. I do it now, but I have a process on how that happened. It wasn't just so now I'll buy a Toyota Corolla easily, no problem. But anyway, to get back on track is I founded sellmyev.com in September of 2021.
Okay.
So I was like, this is great. I could buy Teslas all over the country. I don't need to check their engine, transmission, nothing. It's just a battery with a drivetrain. You check the body, you go off pictures, and you buy the car off of the internet, and you just send it back to your dealership and pay the customer the money. It's very simple. So I got experience with buying cars over the country. This ties in with what I'm doing now and why I'm going so hard on TikTok and why I'm going so hard on social media. It all was training for me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I love this because a lot of people will see you on TikTok and they're like, "Oh, this guy just made this shit up out of the blue. Like, how's he banging like this?" And you're giving us the whole no, Jen, no, this has been a thing for a long time.
I'll literally explain how I do. I go live on TikTok all the time. I went live the other day and I put a call where number, like a 1-800 number that lit to my cell phone, and I put in the description of the live, and I was like, "Yo, we're buying cars on live for the next hour. Call me." I had 200 calls in 45 minutes.
Excuse me?
It was nuts.
Excuse me?
Crazy. Yeah. I didn't know what to do at home. I had to process. I was like, I can't work anymore. I walked away.
Wow, really challenging the system. Okay. So you're buying and selling cars on sellmyev.com and then what happens?
Experience, how to do it. I'm learning how to buy cars across the country from California, how to pick them up, how to everything, like title work, everything, how we were handling the process. Anyway, long story short, super successful with the company. We have 300 reviews on Google, 4.9 stars. A lot of people know us. We have a great reputation. I built a good team. I have a great processing manager here who works as like my assistant, and she's like the logistics manager. She works as like office manager, titling manager, everything. And I have buyers. So I used to do everything. I used to buy the car, handle the title, all this stuff, send the paperwork out, sign paperwork, get the paperwork signed back, all that, pick it up, pay the guy, all that kind of stuff. I started doing it myself. And then I had this website idea. We grew it. I had a really great person come in to help me. And she basically was my left hand man, right hand man over here. And then I hired buyers to pretty much field the leads. So I was getting like 800 leads a month from people that want to sell their EV.
Yeah.
And I'm buying like 45 EVs a month from Sell My EV and all this kind of, and just like other lead sources that have EVs. And I had that experience. So
but this was mostly like an acquisition. This
Yeah.
wasn't selling. This was acquiring.
Yeah. This was all acquiring. I hate selling. I don't hate selling, but if a customer's like, yo, George, I want to come over, I want to test drive like 5 cars. I'm like, that's great. Yo, Eric, can you come over here? And I'm out the other way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it's just not, you know, I love the car business. I love dealing with customers that know what they want.
But you guys sell cars.
Yeah, we sell cars. Yeah, we sell a lot of cars.
Okay, put it into perspective for us, you know. So where are you located?
So we're in Ewing, New Jersey. It's JNS Auto House, jsautohouse.com. We had 880 cars in stock last month. Now we're down to like 700. We're going through a weird time in the market right now where it's not like so hot to buy cars. So last month was kind of a cool off period for us because we see a little bit dip in the market coming. So we're kind of just being selective with our purchases right now. But basically, yes, we sell a lot of cars. We have over 50 employees here. We have 6 locations in New Jersey. We're pretty much like extremely good at buying. We're really good at acquisitions. So we do wholesale. We wholesale 200 cars a month. We're retailing like 400. So we're doing about 600 cars a month total. Retail. Yeah. So we're rocking and rolling over here. We know how to acquire, which is basically why it's so fun to film it. And so that kind of started in September. My friend, you know, I'm going to shout him out. His name's Vukum on TikTok. He was like a customer of mine. He bought 2 cars from us. So he's hanging out, and I'm just like, yo, like, what's this TikTok thing? Like, you know, what do you do? So he's like, post 2 times a day.
This is September 2023.
September 2023. I was messing around with myself. Myself with my phone. I was editing. I'll bring you through how I was editing the videos and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So POV just bought this McLaren, sold all my Tesla stock, posted it. I don't know. You know? Going for a ride with my brother in a McLaren 720S. Now, mind you, we have an incredible inventory.
Yeah.
It's just very easy to record stuff over here. You know what I mean?
You have a lot of high line of a lot of exotics.
A lot of exotics, a lot of Teslas, a lot of Cybertrucks, like a lot of viral vehicles. So I'm not going to make that like there's no other way to do it. Like there's obviously lots of ways to do it. You don't have to have an amazing vehicle even inventory, but so I just started doing it. And then boom, I had a customer that was like, our first hour video was like, customer's like, can you come drop off the G-Wagon and take my 2 cars back to my house? But when you drop off the G-Wagon, I want you to walk in my house and tell my wife, like, here's the keys. So I'm like, so my brother, I was like, my brother John actually was like, yo, you wouldn't go to his house and record it? And I was like, all right, let's do it, you know? So we drove to his house, and my brother's recording me. And I walk in the backyard, walking in the pool. Like, he has a beautiful house, beautiful pool, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, she's in there. Stuff is like, she's in there. I was like, the video was honestly terrible. Like, people overthink it. Just record and post.
Thank you.
Yeah, just record and post. I mean, listen, I took me a while to learn that. You know, I never posted anything on social media. I have social media anxiety. You know what I mean? Now I don't, but I used to be like, I don't want to post a picture of myself.
A lot of people say this. They get all video shy. They're like, I don't know how to do this. Okay. You know, just see what happens.
Just kind of see what happens. So the results were insane. We posted the video, and it hit like 300,000 views like that night. And we were like, this is hilarious. The comments were insane. Like, the comments were insane. Anyway, that was our first video. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep doing videos. Like, So I was finding out when my friend told me to post twice a day.
Okay.
The point is, sorry, you want to find out what sticks and what doesn't stick, what works and what doesn't work. It's
Oh,
basically like you're throwing something like shit on the wall and seeing what sticks.
yeah.
You know, so you're doing twice a day for the reason of you want to post twice a day to find out what works, what's working,
Okay.
what's not
It's like
working.
an A/B.
Yeah, it's like an A/B testing. Exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
once something starts working,
Mhm.
this is it. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
Uh-huh.
So that's it. You just do more of it in different forms.
Okay. Okay.
So the next thing that went really viral is I did a negotiation with this Indian customer who is
Mhm.
selling me a Tesla Model Y. And I showed up with the camera, a quick like backstory, and he didn't want to record. And I was like, dude, we're
Okay.
recording this. We don't have to post it. You can let me know at the end of the video,
If
at
you
the end
like
of the
it or not.
negotiation, if you like it or not, if I can post it or not. He's like, okay, fine.
By the way, ballsy, okay? Yeah, because you're just like people when people see the camera,
Yeah.
they change. And I don't know if it's for the best or for the worst in this scenario. Now, a lot of us have been in this scenario. This is a negotiator here, right?
Yeah.
And now he's in a high pressure situation, and then you pop that video on him, and anything can happen. So I like that you handled it and you still moved forward, and I like that you pressed on. This is actually instrumental in, I think,
Mhm.
being able to achieve your full potential and being able to get to a next level. Is you have to rattle the stuff even if it makes somebody uncomfortable to just see. Okay, keep
Yeah.
going.
You gotta push the envelope. It's like
Yeah, man.
90%, like 90% is like basically like energy, effort, and 10% is literally tactics. You know what I mean? Like you
Okay.
just kind of have to have 10%, that little thing and just go. So anyway, so I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, we're gonna do this. He's like, no problem, we're doing it, we're recording it, right? So I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm not the most comfortable on camera. If you watch me in that first video, like a lot of people will say, oh, George, you got so comfortable on camera now. Like in that video, I'm
Yeah.
like, I knew he was being awkward and, he has certain mannerisms and stuff. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to pretty much like kind of match his energy. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, we'll do this. We'll do this offer. It was like 30. I offered him 38. And then right away, it was funny because I like to be like, my buyer gave you this number, but I'm just letting you know that was 3 days ago, 4 days ago. We can't do that anymore. That's the first thing I said. And that was the hook. And
Mm-hmm.
and listen, we want to make this as natural. Everything is as natural as possible. There's nothing is scripted. Everything is literally just raw. Because how many times have you been in the car business, Jennifer, and you were
Yes.
like, I wish someone just recorded that.
Totally. All the time.
Yeah,
Every day I say that
yeah,
because you're willing to put it all on the camera and put it out there, which I'm listening to, because a lot of us, we think it's going to make somebody uncomfortable, or, that's going to fuck up my deal, or this guy's going to blow out, or, you just think, you overthink.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not like you just kind of ask someone. Sometimes people say no, and we're like, okay,
Mm,
no problem, But
mhm.
this guy was like, here, and he was like, anyway, the end of the video,
Yeah.
I kind of like pulled him out of his car. I didn't really pull him out of his car, but like I stopped him from like getting in his car. He was being very hard as well. He was being
Yes.
a very difficult negotiator. So
Mm.
I say to him, 39, and I can post the video. And he's like,
Nice.
and then he says deal. So then I just
Oh,
say it again real quick. I'm like 39 and it's a deal. And and then he's like, and we shake on it. So I edit that out and I'm like 39 and it's a deal. And we made a deal at 39. But
yeah.
that video, real quick, 3 million views. I wasn't monetized
Wow.
on TikTok at that time. So
Okay.
there was no money from the video or anything like that. But
Hmm.
25 leads for people that want to sell their Model Y. I
Hmm.
bought about
Hmm.
three Model Ys from that video. And because
Okay.
people saw how much I paid and they were like,
Yeah.
oh crap, he's paying. Like, or
Yeah.
this guy's weak. Like this guy's weak. This guy doesn't know how to
Yeah.
negotiate.
Okay.
This guy pays all the money. This guy folds. If you
Uh-huh.
were gonna go sell your car to someone, who you going to? The
Yeah.
guy that I mean, you can say the guy that knows what he's doing, the guy that doesn't know what he's doing, or you can say the guy that pays all the money, or you can say the guy that's just doesn't know the market, or how is this guy making money? How is he in business? Like people call me, people will make fun of me and like
Mhm.
literally call me and be like, yo, I have a car I want to sell you because
Okay.
they'll see me take money. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so would you say that you overpaid for this guy's car because you got in a moment and you were like, "Fuck it, let's just see if the
Yes.
people like the video. I'll pay
So
for that. Let me just see." So, okay.
real quick, I'm a good buyer, so I know what my exit strategy is on the car. I
Mhm.
knew I can sell it for 39 grand and make
Mhm.
$1,000. Okay.
Okay, okay.
I ended up
Get
making 2
real.
grand on the car, getting a trade on the deal that the guy, who bought the car from, and then we made a home run on the trade. So it ended up being a home run deal. I got 3 million views on the car, bought 3 Model Ys from it, and it was like an oh shit moment for me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what I'm doing now.
Okay.
So after that, I was like, I got to get a link tree. I got to build the funnel. I got to have, because I knew how to do the sellmyev.com thing. I knew how to build a website. I knew how to
Mhm.
get a funnel in. I knew how to disperse leads to buyers
Mhm.
and make sure we were doing closing rates 4% on each
Mhm.
person, each salesperson doing each buyer doing a 4% closing rate. Who's getting how many leads do we need? Do we need more leads? Do we need another buyer? Like I already
Mhm.
know that stuff. So
Mhm.
it was like an aha moment for me. I was like, this is free
Mhm. Right.
and it's
Yeah.
effective.
Yeah. And so do you still follow this same strategy when you buy, that you
So
might be overpaying a little bit, but
so
there's
now
so much, yeah, there's so many other benefits to it?
so so we're sitting at 332,000 followers on TikTok right now. I actually gained 225,000 followers on TikTok in 3 months.
Wow.
So
But it
when
took a
I
year to get to the 100K.
in September I started. No, it took, so I got 30,000 followers from
Okay.
September until NADA convention when I met you there, when I saw you
Mhm,
there.
mhm,
So
mhm,
at that
mhm,
convention, I get a
mhm,
message, and I'm going to shout my camera guy out, my
mhm.
videographer, because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
like hilarious.
Yeah.
I used to send him videos when I was doing all the edits myself. The TikTok app, real quick, is really intimidating when you first open it to edit a video, but just give it some time and keep trying. It gets
Okay,
easier. Okay.
okay.
Because I remember opening up TikTok in 2018, 2019. I was like, "Bruh," and I threw my
Right.
phone.
You don't have to hire somebody?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay,
So
okay.
I was editing all my videos until I hit 30K.
Mhm,
I'm flying back from Vegas to Jersey, and I
mhm,
get a text message from my buddy who I was sending videos to edit for like here and there. And he was
mhm.
like, "Hey man, I'm coming back from Texas to Jersey. I'm looking for a job." And I
Mm,
was like, "Come right now."
yeah,
Because when I was in Vegas, I had 30,000 followers on TikTok, and people were coming up to me like it was insane. The
yeah.
first 2 minutes I walked into the building, the convention center, I had people coming up to me, and I was like,
Huh.
so I was walking down in the Aria, like in the casino, and I had these random dudes. I was like, "Are you in the car business?" They're like, "No, we watch all your videos," and I was like, "This is
Yeah.
crazy."
Yeah, that's wild.
Because everyone in the car business at the end of the day was like, everyone was saying hi to me. So
Mm,
he hits me up. I'm like, "Come right now."
right.
From that time he gets there, in 1
Mhm.
month, we got 100,000 followers. In 2 months,
Okay.
220,000 followers.
So what
In
do you
3 months,
attribute that to? What happened?
consistent. So we went full time. Not full
Okay.
time. I'm still working. Now, I used to run media with another company, like, "This X5 has a moonroof and a beautiful dash with a
Mhm.
suede steering wheel, and it has 500 horsepower." Never worked.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
was like, why am I taking time out of my day to waste time? Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to do this, like,
Mhm.
so we were filming stuff that I was actually doing. So like that
So for
time.
our listeners that haven't seen his TikTok, you gotta shout out your TikTok stuff. I want you to know the thing that I like the most is that he's not doing that. That's a video walk around. He's not doing any of that. I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
that. It's more of he's you're watching him negotiate deals with people that have
It's
come in that
Yep.
he's pulled off of the channel, and then he's mixing up something. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that was different. He'll be on the phone with somebody, that he's trying to bring into the store to sell them their car. Just like real life scenarios. But it's just for our listeners, for context, a lot of it is, it's not really, he show off some cars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he has some customers that come in that he's gonna, he's gonna have fun with,
Mhm.
and they want to flex because they're on your
Yeah.
channel now. So
Yeah.
imagine, yeah, yeah, go on.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. So basically, um we were like filming stuff that I was naturally doing. Like we had a guy come in buying an S-Class, and my camera guy is also great. Like he's also acts as like, yo, let's film this customer. And I'm like, I don't know. And he'll go up to him like, hey, you want to maybe do a video? And they'll be like, yeah, let's do it. We're on TikTok, like, so he helps me get into perfect situations as well. And then once you have a video like that, you're getting inquiries. So I'm getting 80 messages a day. I'm getting 1,200 organic leads. I'm getting 1,200 organic leads a month from people that
Are
just want
these
to sell their
real
car.
leads? These are real leads. This isn't like
Yeah,
bullshit that we're always trying to plow through after we paid $1 million for.
No, these are real leads. We bought, we did, in the month of May, we did 40 TikTok deals. It's growing. I've been going crazy the past couple months because we're getting
Was
so
40
many
your
leads.
biggest month?
40 TikTok deals was the biggest month, and
That's
it's
huge.
probably, it's probably going to be growing. Last month was like kind of weird, but it was down overall. But the month before that, like January was hard. February was good. I mean, but anyway,
it's relatable.
I'm getting all these leads, and I'm getting plus my EV leads. I'm like, I'm a mess. And going live is extremely important. That's where I get a lot of deals from. I'll just ask people, hey, who wants to sell their car? Message me your phone number, message me your VIN. I'll call you on live. So I'm going live on an iPad. I got a streaming setup, as you could tell. I go live here at my desk. I was live this morning, and I can just sit here and buy cars. So I'm at a good place right now where I'm finally getting my team. I'm building my team even more. We're getting this whole social media lead machine, turning it into a business. And it's awesome, and it's so much fun. It's just like, I've been doing business with like famous football people. Like I had the Costco guys come in the dealership. I don't know if you know them on TikTok. They came, and it's just been like, it's been great. Like I'm excited to see other dealers kind of see who kind of takes part in this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's scary for a lot of people to try something new. And it's actually nice to hear, how you've gone about it, and that you are still having to try stuff. And then that there's a moment where you're like, you know what, I need to call a friend. We need to get somebody else to help me with some of this production. And I'm just curious because, I mean, look, if you're doing 40 deals a month, but how many cars are you acquiring a month in general? How many cars off of TikTok?
About 20 to 30. And then you get customers
like
coming in. We're getting one TikTok customer that come in today to buy or sell a car. The leads we're buying customers from TikTok are located in California. We're buying cars from Ohio, Michigan, all that kind of stuff.
Got a big reach.
I sold all my Cybertrucks off of Instagram and TikTok, social media. I sold every single Cybertruck. I literally would never have sold one if I was not on social media. It's been insane.
Yeah, well, it definitely was a huge explosion because you really came in right at the infancy of people being able to sell them. And then suddenly you have all of them. And then it's like a series. It's like a Netflix series. Yeah. It's going to get another one.
I always knew it was going to be crazy for me on social media when the Cybertrucks came, because I always knew I was going to get them because I had gotten into the EV business early, and a lot of people know me for buying EVs. So I always was like, when these things show up, it's going to go nuts on social media. And then I got people messaging me to buy them. It's just been nuts. It's been crazy.
Yeah, I remember, and I don't know if it was your first one, but I remember the guy came in, and this is just this moment where even my neighbor was like, my order's coming in. I waited 5 years, and I remember you had this guy, he's showing you on his phone his order, and as soon as he gets the order, he's going to turn it over to you. Basically, he paid $160, and I think, and then you sold it for like $225 or $220. And I just remember telling my friends, these motherfuckers are getting $220 for this thing. I mean, I don't, right? Is that sound about right? Yeah.
When I saw that guy come in, I was like, can we record this?
Yeah.
And he was like, sure. I mean, the funny thing is, once you start recording, you get more, you start doing well, you get people coming in knowing might ask them to record. So like they're already warmed up for it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like,
I'm sure it gets easier.
It was hilarious. I was like, can we please record this? He was the first guy that came in to sell me a Cybertruck when the Cybertrucks weren't even out yet.
Yeah, agreed.
It didn't even come out yet, and he's already trying to sell it.
Yeah,
so
that
I
was
like,
money.
hilarious.
That was money. Yeah,
So
no, it's very exciting to watch you and to see what you're doing. I'm
mhm,
curious because with those numbers, and you have a team now that's recording. You're probably recording your whole entire day. I mean, okay, let's just
situations,
help me understand what it
encounterment.
looks like. Yeah, because you can't record all day.
No.
A customer comes in. I mean, is this guy next to you? Is he like glue? How do you know? How do you get what you need? And how much content are you shooting in order to get, the piece that you're going to post? And then I'd like to know that once you identify that piece that you're going to post today, what does it look like as far as editing time? Because a lot of times people will say, people that I watch that I'll follow, like on Instagram, for example, they'll say, it took me 6 hours to put together my
No.
cut for today. So then I'm like, fuck, who's got 6 hours? But anyway, yeah, okay, walk me through it.
So real quick, it's the raw content. And people like watching me and watching this stuff I'm doing because it's raw, right? So
Mhm.
if you're editing that, you're just taking the fluff out of it. You're not really like making it like crazy segues, all this stuff. You're just like taking the fluff out of it. You're making it a short. So my TikTok videos are like 4 minutes long or
Okay.
5 minutes, 6 minutes, sometimes 7 minutes, sometimes, which is too crazy. I mean, I'm not putting that much, I was never putting that much effort into my editing. So my
Yeah.
camera guy will pull it out, edit the video.
Mhm.
He'll edit like 4 or 5 videos in like less than an hour if he's
Mhm.
like on it, that day.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes he'll do 12, 15 videos in a day. And some days I'm like, yo, this is a recording day. I got 8 people coming in today. I got someone to sell
Okay.
a Cybertruck,
Okay.
someone to sell
Okay.
Audi R6. We're
Yeah, yeah.
recording today. And he's like,
Yeah.
bet. And then the
Yeah.
next day, I'm like, yo, I'm chilling today. Like, no one's coming in. Go sit down and go edit all day. You don't have to
Yeah.
do anything else. And he was like, bet, I
Okay.
got so much to edit. So we work together.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
next to me often, but like we're not
Mhm.
recording everything. No, it's just like
Okay,
I'll
understood.
tell him, I'll be like, we have this,
Yeah, it's based on how many appointments you got coming in for the day or
Yeah.
how many people you talked to. Okay, you see, you have a gauge on the traffic for today.
Yeah. I have a gauge
Mhm.
on the traffic. If I'm like, like I have 30 videos in my TikTok drafts right now. I didn't post yet.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
we're loaded up.
You're
I
ahead of the
might
game.
you got to be ahead of the game. If you're going to take this
Mhm.
seriously, you have to have videos that you're going to post every day on vacation. You can't miss a day. You got to get in
Okay,
the algorithm. Getting in the algorithm is basically posting twice a day for like three,
okay.
4 months. My
Mhm.
friend Vukum was like, post twice a day till you hit 100K followers. And when you hit 100K followers, you can post once a day. And when he said that to me, he knocked me off my butt for like 2 weeks. I was like, F this. I'm not doing that. And I'm
Mm,
like, you know what? Let me get back in on this thing. I still think there's something here. So I actually
yeah,
had taken like a 3, 4 week break when I first started doing it myself and I got back into it. I was telling
okay.
people to hold the phone. Like I'd have my lot guy and be like, or my
Mhm.
detailer be able to hold this phone and just record us. Like if
Mhm,
you watch
mhm,
my videos from the
mhm,
bottom,
mhm,
here's the situation. Me and the
mhm.
customer are standing right next to each other, right? And
Yeah,
staring at the camera and negotiating next side by side. And I just have a camera guy just literally recording us from a triangle position. It's like this: two guys here and one guy here. It's
yes,
hysterical. So,
yes.
and that video hit like 800,000 views or 1,000
Mhm,
views.
mhm,
So it's not like a quality. Don't worry about the quality. Don't worry about the audio. Just
uh-huh.
post. And
Are
then
you
once you start
boosting
getting
these?
good, what boosting?
Are you
No,
boosting them?
I've never
No.
boosted and never boosted a post. There's no
Mhm,
need to. There's no
mhm,
need to. The algorithm is going to say this is an amazing content. Let's push this.
mhm.
I mean, listen, it's really hard to sit in front of a camera and talk and make reels and post it. No, it's not going to pop up in the algorithm. There's 1,000 people a day doing that already. So
Mhm,
there was a story about a guy. I really like Russell Brunson, and
mhm,
he interviewed this guy. He's a lawyer that was posting like every single day for like a year. And he walked in his
mhm,
office and he's like, I quit. I'm done making content. And they're like, no, you're not. You're going to keep going. And they pushed him to keep going. And they were like, watch. So one day he walks in the office. This is like 18 months later, of him literally gaining 6,000 followers in
mhm.
18 months, of just him posting every single day. Imagine never hitting it off in that time. I go crazy. So one of his assistants was like, watch
Yeah,
this video and I'm going to record you and commentate on it when you're done.
okay.
And then he made that video of him watching a video and then commenting on it because he's a lawyer. And then
Yep,
after the next morning that he walked in the office,
boom.
8,000 followers in one night,
Mhm.
you
Wow.
know? So
I feel what
it's,
you're saying. You're like, okay, it's just like anything, you have to get committed.
yeah.
You can
You
never
gotta
let
do
off
it.
the gas.
Never left
You
gas,
have to
can't miss a
get
day.
committed. You can, yeah, yeah. It's full speed ahead. And if it's not working, you need to
Mhm.
dust yourself off and get back up and get back in the fight.
Yeah,
Try something different. Try something different. Try something different every day. Challenging yourself to try something different
yeah,
until you find that mix. And even if you find the mix, it doesn't mean that the mix is gonna last. That's why you're
exactly.
constantly challenging every
Yeah,
day to
mhm,
post, and you're building an arsenal so that you can be consistent. Because your friend was like, "Yeah, yeah, I know.
yeah,
You got to have 2 a day." I mean, I think that's
yeah,
helpful for us because sometimes we see people, especially people that I follow, and I'm like, "Is this guy posting like 6 times a day? Like, how does he have so much content?" But I think that it may not be 6 times a day. It's just that I'm seeing, you know, I'm seeing stuff that I hadn't seen before because it's maybe growing a momentum or something.
yeah, I mean, I've heard Grant Cardone says he posts 6 times a day, like, there's certain things people will say and you'll hear and it'll just turn you off, but
Mm,
once or twice a day, like, if you could post, you just kinda
yeah.
gotta just do it and find out what
Mhm,
sticks.
mhm,
Like, there was that dealer in, Houston, the Nissan dealer in Houston, their TikTok's hilarious.
mhm,
It's like videos of them, like a donkey kicking a person or something like that, and then like the person flying, and then it's like they
mhm,
stitch it together. Like,
mhm.
it's really just I'm sorry that binging, but it's really just consistent content,
Yeah.
um, and just seeing what works.
I think the joy of this too in watching you is seeing how happy you are and seeing um, the transparency of the car business. Because
Mhm.
and I've mentioned this to even some of my classes that I think, I remember seeing this episode like it's a show. I remember seeing this post that you did where you were
Almost.
talking about the trade, and the trade is such a big objection right now. And you show the guy, the customer,
Yeah,
you're showing him all of your sources. And see, this
yeah,
is something we typically don't do, but you're like, look,
mhm,
this is where it falls in the market. This is how many cars are in the market like it. You're literally showing this guy everything. It's almost like a lay down. Like, how
yeah,
could he dispute whatever you serve him up? And you
mhm,
seem like such a fair guy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because, look, facts are facts, and if you play those cards, it's easier to just ask for the business, like, can we put this deal together? And I like the way that you ask, and I like the way that you negotiate, and it looks all very, very simple. But you have a process. We all have a process. I mean, there's a process to putting deals together.
yeah,
You're just gonna have these people show up and you don't have your game face on. You got a process, right?
yeah, of
So you
course.
make it look easy because you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm 33 years old. Like, I really started in the business when I was like going in on like 26, years old, 27. I mean, I had some experience like here and there. I've always wanted to buy cars. I thought it was always a fun thing. Like buying, the business isn't the buying, and the selling kind of just takes care of itself, but
Mhm.
in a situation where customers are coming to me, like a lot of people give me compliments about how I'm so transparent, and I've
Yes,
always
that's what
been
I would say.
transparent. I've always been transparent, like in every deal I do. Like, if I
Mhm.
need to close,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, come on, what are you
No,
going to
you
tell
don't
your
have any
wife if
weird
you don't come home with a
catchphrases.
car? Yeah, like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
no.
going to be like
You just lay
like
it down.
I just lay it down. I mean, the reason why people tell you I have to think about it is because they don't have enough information to make a decision.
That's
So
right. I
if
say
I
that all
give
the
them all
time.
the information, if I give them all the
Right.
information up front, how many times you said that? You said that every time, single time you walk into a room. You tell people the
Mhm.
same thing every single time, and it's true every single time someone says I need to think about it. And that's fun. Like, I have these cards. They have objections on them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
one I recently like is that I didn't say before. There's two, I guess, but if someone says I gotta go talk to my wife, I never really said anything. Like, when someone said that to me, I never really was all right. Go talk to your wife.
Yeah.
Like, I never was like, and like that's fine. But now I'm like, I like to have fun a little bit. I'm like, all right, what do you do if she
Yes.
says no? And I like to have
Yeah.
fun a little bit now, like in every situation. So
Mhm.
it's like if a customer gives me an objection, I'm gonna joke. I like to joke about it, and
Yeah.
people like that. I like to joke about.
Agreed.
Like, they're like, this
It's
guy's
just not
fun, or
what
this
we've been
guy.
trained to do. We're always trained to have like a script or some weird old school
Yeah,
canned weird thing that people say, and I hate all that stuff. For me, I was never that about that. But
yeah,
again, probably through trial and error, you're like, look, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to play the odds by putting out the information. And then, okay, they push back. Okay, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have fun. Maybe ask them a few
Yeah.
questions outside the average.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that's so attractive. It's like, that's modern. That's real. That's what I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. And it's I have fun. Like I like it. You gotta like what you're doing. Like I was talking to
We
some
can
guy
see
today
that.
when he was selling me like a 2022 like Dodge Challenger. He's like, I got to offer 56,000. I was like, bro, where you at? He's like, I'm home. I'm like, you better get your car keys, get your title, and go drive to that offer right now. And he's like laughing his butt off. I hit him with it like that.
Yeah.
And I tell my buyers all the time, if you wait to respond to an objection, you're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to hit it right away.
Yeah.
Like,
Work through it. Converse through it.
yeah, you need to be funny. You need to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. Yeah, you have an offer from Facebook Marketplace. Guess what? They're all the same.
Yeah.
Go ask him for his license. Tell him to hold it next to his face. See if he'll send you the picture,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like fun. If someone says like about the ejection part, like I gotta talk to my wife. I'm like, what do you do if she says no?
Yeah.
Like right
I
away.
like
What's she
that.
gonna do? What are you gonna
Yeah.
do if she says no?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, then I'm not gonna do it. Then what's she gonna say no to? Is it the price? Like, what is it? Like, what's she gonna say no to? I guess you're right. Like, what is she gonna say no to? Or I've had people be like, yeah, I don't think she's gonna say no to anything, actually. And I was like, can I tell you about the process? Yeah,
Switch.
tell me about the process. Get them to say yes.
Yeah.
Get the yeses lined up. And then
Okay.
so you want to move forward? Yes. Like so
Okay. Why not?
my next one is like if they say, you want to talk to your wife, you gotta talk to your wife. What do you do if she says no? Oh, I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, well then what do we need to call the wife for? What is it you're hesitating about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to get a couple more bucks. All right, so
Yeah.
if I give you $500 more dollars, we can close and move forward. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do it. I've had that happen to me so many times, and for so many people that just don't handle it well, it's hilarious. It's just like, dude, like that's gonna make you an extra 30 grand a year right there.
Mm. Um, this is an important moment right here, and I think we tie it up here. Um, when somebody puts you in that spot, you have the authority to say, "Look, let let me just let the guy squeeze me for $500. I'm trying to put a deal together, and I'm blowing up
Of
my
course.
channel. So what do I give about $500?"
Yeah.
But it's something, and he's already narrowed it down to this is the problem. He's telling you how to sell them, and boom, who cares about $500 because we just got a customer, we just got a car. Maybe I'm going to make money when I sell that car, when I acquire that next car. It's a whole cycle. Are you guys servicing cars too? You're probably servicing cars too. Then we can make money in the service department. Then we got the wholesale.
Yeah.
There's so many facets to things. What do I
Not
care about $500? And a lot of times I think we get tied up on that.
and not only that, but the content that we're making is worth something.
Yes, it's lead gen.
It's free advertising. It's you're paying someone $6,000 a month to run your Facebook ads, and like what are you doing on that 6 grand? Like it's
Yeah.
just it's something that you can have and you can use on all platforms and go
Mhm.
across you're pretty much using your content, you're compounding it across the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, well done. Well
Yeah.
done. You
Thank,
have piqued my interest. I love this. I'm always showing people, I'm always
thank you.
talking about you because really I love innovators,
Yeah.
and I like risk takers. And I know what it's like, to win and to lose. And I do know that struggle is real. I say to people, it's not really about, taking a blow and letting it, take you down. It's how you
Mhm.
get back up. And that's part
Yeah.
of the strategy that you've shared with us today and willing to like play the lines,
Mhm.
okay, so I lose, whatever. I now people
Yeah.
think like I'm going to overpay. They want to come here. And what do I care if I do
Exactly.
anyways? Because now you're not even paying for advertising because you're generating
Yeah.
your own. You're doing a lot. You're doing some
Yeah.
really cool stuff, man. And I appreciate people like you. You're a real
Thank you.
entrepreneur.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're the
This is
real.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got some more stuff coming in the next it's going to be a crazy rest of the year. Like next year's going to be nuts. This is only season 1 right now. Like you got my brother popping on soon, like getting in on the shows. My salespeople are starting to get in on it.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
evolve. It's going to evolve into something I think pretty big. So,
Very
it's not like
exciting.
everyone was comfortable with me doing it in the beginning either, by the way.
Yeah.
But it grows and people start liking it, and
Mash it up. You never know.
Yeah.
Bring some new, we need more actors.
Yeah.
No, but what I just wanted to put this out here. Please share with us where we can find you, where we can follow you, where we can see your content.
Yeah. Thanks. So it's at George J. Saliba. It's just my name across Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook page, everything. Even Snapchat. I just got
Okay.
Snapchat. And yeah, I'm happy to, like, try and help any dealers that ever need help. By the way, I have had a lot of people reach out to me
I bet.
in the business for advice or whatever. And, you know, um, it's been crazy.
Well, I certainly appreciate people like you. That's my whole mission in life and that's the whole concept of this podcast is to bring people in like you who are finding success and have gone through the ups and downs and willing to share what is working,
Yeah.
without even feeling like, oh, I don't want my competitors to hear this. Most people aren't willing to
I
do
mean,
the
who's
work
gonna
that you're
do it?
willing to do the work. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, who's going to do the work? I mean, listen, I'm
That's the
very
thing.
lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm very
Hmm.
blessed. I'm very, I have an amazing dad who taught me the business. He grew the business. My brother makes it fun. John, he works with me.
Uh-huh.
I have funny salespeople here. The team is hilarious. Like, luckily the environment sticks with what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, so I'm very lucky in that sense. Like, inventory, everything just makes it easier to do this here. And there's people out there that want to do this in dealerships and it's not allowed. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just film a customer or something like that. This is a family owned business. Like, you can't forget about that. But yeah, I do think it's like the kind of future of advertising and marketing, and it
Me
makes
too.
things a lot more fun,
Hmm.
Customers do come in here just to be on TikTok or Instagram, and then
Hmm.
you don't buy the car, whatever. You just got a free piece of content. You know what I
Right.
mean?
There you go.
It's free. And then that video will make you $5,000 or $6,000 from customers who see that video when it comes sell you the car, or whatever. I did a negotiation real quick with a local business up here at a restaurant, and it went nuts. There's people in the comments standing up for both of us, and it
Uh-huh.
was just like, man, I saw that car. He didn't buy it. The customer showed up about the car at his spite because he saw that video. Oh, he didn't buy the car. I'm gonna go buy it, and he came by the car. It was nuts, and he showed up. And I told my brother, because it was hard to get people onto this idea. You know what I mean? I was kind of doing it by myself for a little while, and it was like, sucked. So I'm like, yo, can you say that again, sir? So, this guy can hear you. So this guy can hear you right here. Oh yeah, I saw the video and I came by the M4. Oh, okay, great. Thanks for saying that. So
Mhm.
you gotta try and go against the grain. Like, it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
You gotta just kind of go for it, and you gotta know what you're talking about for
Mhm.
sure. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
No mistakes. But I make some mistakes sometimes, but you can make mistakes. It's fine.
Well, if you have the expertise in
Yeah,
anything, it's easier to stand behind what you're doing because you know your shit.
yeah.
Doesn't
It is
mean that
weird.
things aren't evolving, the world's
Yeah,
not evolving, so you got to
yeah. I
evolve.
mean, the fake it till you make it thing. I could never, like, dude. That's crazy. Like some people do it, but that's just nuts. Like, this is a, you're giving people money. Like, we're buying heavy
Mm,
cars, $200,000 cars. That our average car costs $60,000. We purchased. So
okay.
it's interesting. People love to see it, and it's funny, real quick, because I know
Yeah.
when I started doing this, we were like, okay, we're doing the negotiations with the customers. I was like, let's do negotiations on the phone. And to me, it
Yeah,
was filler content. I was like,
definitely.
this isn't gonna
I've
hit.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
doing it, and we posted, I'm like, holy crap, that video just got 1.5 million views. And I was like, I can't believe this is working. And then I
Mm,
have people messaging me. I've learned so much from watching you negotiate. You've helped me become a better salesperson, or like just these really encouraging
that's
words. And I'm like,
wonderful.
I
Yeah.
can't even believe, I was like, I wasn't even teaching you anything. You know what I mean? And people were just learning by watching someone
Mhm.
actually do the job. So it's cool. I want to get into doing like merchandise education, like, stuff for, like, I want to make my own cash cards, like, I want to have them, because people ask me all the time, where can I get these? And I use them in videos. Like, and it's fun.
Mm,
I had like 4 customers right here in front of me. They're buying a Tesla Model Y. The
okay.
salesperson was like, George, can you close this deal? I was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, so what's going on? Like, Yeah, we just need to think about it. So I whip open the cards out and I'm like, what did you say? You said I'm like, oh, I need to think about it. I show them the card and I read the card to them. I understand you need to think about it. Sometimes when I buy things, I need to make important decisions too. I often need to think about it. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you do it right now, and 1 being you wouldn't do it at all, where do you sit on that scale? And they're like an 8. I'm like, so what's gonna make it a 10? And they're just
Right.
laughing. They're
Yeah.
just laughing, and I'm providing like an experience, and it's just fun, and they end up buying the car like 10 minutes later because they're like, that was cool, like it's not so transactional. It's like, how are you doing? $200 off, no problem. Like at least you could have fun and take money off at the same time. It gives them something to remember.
I think that's the whole thing here. And I think when people see your content, they'll see the authenticity of you, and you're
Mhm.
attracting people that you gel with, and it's a whole vibe. And people are feeling the vibe, which, and when people can give you like a little, feedback on how you influence their life or their business and stuff, that fuels, and it's a whole thing. And I have really appreciated you walking us through each of these components, because this is the real.
Yeah.
Nothing good is ever easy. It takes time, practice, and dedication, like anything in life. And I think that once you find something, whether it's a card or it's just a joke or
Yeah.
it's something, and you get a response from it, you're like, all right, well, you know what? Let's play it again. Let's play it again until we
Yeah.
can play anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're gonna go through a whole website. It's gonna be like sell your car, buy a car, and it's gonna
okay.
feed off to my team. It's just gonna be like one site, one stop shop. Link trees are dangerous, by the way, because link trees are great for starting your funnel, but once you get
Uh-huh.
big and once you get a big following, you need to start
Yeah.
creating like a brand,
Uh-huh.
like a give me the VIN. You know what I mean? Or like a big wholesaler or like a Carvana. So basically right now, and if you say this is a really good tip,
Okay,
if
let's hear
you're
it.
if you're live and if you say
Yeah.
go click the link tree in my bio, your views
Uh-huh.
will drop. Like TikTok hears you saying those words
Oh.
or whatever streaming service you're on, and your views go down. And then I was like on it today. I was like, go to jsautohouse.com if you guys want to buy a car. We have 900 cars in stock. We have 10 Cybertrucks. If you want to sell your car, you can sell your car there too. Whatever. Thanks guys for watching. I'm out. And as I'm just watching it, and not even in my beginning, in my middle, in my end, I always bring up the website. And I was doing that today. And as I was doing it, I was like, wait a second. I'm saying go to jsautohouse.com and the views are going up. Like the views aren't even dropping. And I'm like, all right, guys, now go to the link in bio if you want to sell your car. And then I'm like, negative 20, negative 30, negative 40. I'm like, oh, damn. So it is
So
kind of
its
on the
algorithm
internet.
changes. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Algorithm changes. So you want to have websites in your bios, not link trees.
Mhm.
If you want to go live and if you want to do that kind of stuff. I mean, I can go pull up an iPad right now and walk around the dealership because of because of the following I've built and the following on live I've built. It like 600 or 700 people will come in
Yeah.
and watch just going around. So I think that's another cool thing that we can start doing. But to building the brand, like I just want to shout out one website
Let's hear it.
and have educational things on there, maybe like a subscription to like a special group. I want to build of like buyers and people that just like to search for inventory, and a group where people can make money on like a side hustle. Like how many people do you know love searching for cars and you just want to be like, come with me and like send me all your cars that you want to buy, and
Yeah.
I'll buy them and I can give you a commission on them. Like there's a lot of people like that. Like every person I meet in the business that I end up hiring is used to going on cars.com or car gurus and just shopping for
Right.
good deals for fun. So there's a lot of people out there like that. So I'm trying to build like a community of people that could just kind of make money on the side and like send referrals in or send deals in, and they'd pay like a subscription fee and all that kind of stuff. But it's gonna be like there's gonna be value in there. So I'm just brainstorming value right now. I'm trying to figure out like how I want to provide value to people. And yeah, I just trying to get people to
There's
go to
that
one.
entrepreneur. That's that entrepreneur spirit in you. Always thinking about the next thing, the next
Yeah.
project.
Well,
What are you gonna build?
it's getting
Love it.
crazy. It's getting
Huh?
crazy. So I'm like, I gotta
It's
stay ahead of it.
inspiring to watch you.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's inspiring to see that you are so inspired, from being, from just trial and error and watching this whole thing grow.
Yeah.
I think that's the exciting part is, the sky is the limit. And a guy like you're going to get what you want. You know why? Because you're willing to fight for it and you're willing to try and you're inspired by the evolution of this thing. It's very exciting, George. And I thank you
Yeah,
so much
thank
for your
you.
time, your expertise, your wisdom. I'm going to definitely have you back on because I feel like I could have had more time, but I'm not Joe Rogan. I can't do a 2-hour episode. I want to.
Yeah, I won't keep you anymore. I appreciate you having me
Yeah.
on. I've always followed
Mm,
your stuff, always watched all your like Instagram stuff. I love the tips. I always
thank
tell my
you.
salespeople to follow you and stuff like that too. I
Thank
picked up a
you.
few word tracks from you back in the day when you were at
Thank you.
NADA. I was like, oh damn, I'm about to like make some money. So it's
That's how we
really
do it.
you've always had you're definitely where you're at because you got the skills for sure. And obviously like you gotta love what you do. So
That's the thing.
yeah.
Find something that you love, find something that you're passionate about, and it's easier to take the blows and get back up.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
believe.
that's true, 100%.
There you go. Okay.
Thanks.
Well, that's it.
If you like these episodes and my sales game techniques, you should snatch up our latest dealer education program I'm hosting. It's called Jen's Remote Classes, and it's a 1-hour, once-a-week class with me alongside other dealerships all pursuing the same end game to achieve top 10% status in your dealership. For more info, hit me up. All my contact info's in the show notes. I want to hear from you. And follow Dealer Talk with Jen Suzuki right now to get notified when episodes like this one drop. This is Jen on the podcast Dealer Talk with Jen Suzuki. See ya!